Well, hey, how's everybody doing? We are now officially live, and dogs are enjoying bones. If you're new, I'll give it a little disclaimer here in a little bit, but if you've been following along on the journey, you know there's like two little dogs running around here, and look, voila, the new flat, new Airbnb. So I'm currently traveling and so I'm at a new location and super exciting. Got all set up and ready to go and bring you some amazing content tonight. So with that said, tonight's topic is about doing something for the first time, which you might be like, what? But here's the thing. I want you to be empowered to start something new. And if you found yourself starting and stopping and starting and stopping throughout your life, I want you to finally get that momentum to keep on going, to fuel you to finish what you started. I want you to feel that shift in your life, and I want you to be able to pat yourself on the back and shout it from the highest hill in your town that you did it, that you achieved what you set out to do. You nailed the dream. Sweet? Does that sound good? So there's some really cool after effects to that, which are clearly obvious. And maybe you watch some mentors or other people online and you're like, gosh, she's so confident. Let me tell you what, anybody who appears confident on the internet has gone through a lot of struggle, and they were a starter at one point in time, and they've been exactly where you are. And in fact, no matter how successful someone is, anytime you go and start something new, you're right back to the beginning of square one and all the emotions that come with it. And once you wind up starting to accomplish something, just think about all the benefits that you personally have. But it's so funny. If you ever met that friend that buys into something new and all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, everybody's got to try it, right? We've all either been that person or we know people, not just one. We know many people who've done that, right? And so you want to inspire everyone you know with that information that you've gained or the transition or whatever magic elixir has worked for you. And the other thing that once you've had all these wins, once you've started and you're got the shift and you're starting to make changes and have success, is that it creates a bravery to keep on going with other things in your life and trying other new things. So, and my favorite thing is that there's so many naysayers and people with a lot of love. I'm not talking about haters. I'm talking about the naysayers, the people that are in your life and want to protect you from hurting yourself or, making big mistakes, right? So to prove to those naysayers that, yes, my dream was valid, I made it happen, and it worked out. So if you've seen the picture online today, I hope you guys give me a hearts, thumbs up, whatever. Show me a picture of yourself that you've done something for the, first time, keep it PG, please. But, so the pictures that I'm sharing are just moments off my phone that I've captured over the years, or anything staged, they're all selfies or, something just kind of cheesy. But they're part of the journey when I was starting something new. And the picture from today's post was I ran a half marathon, and I am not a runner at all. I thought the medal was really cool, and it became this whole thing that the only way that I could get that medal and achieve it was I had to do 13.1. Not every dream makes sense, people. Not every dream makes sense. But it really pushed me, right? On so many levels. And I did it. And there were people that had trained harder and better and had been running their whole entire lives. And throughout the journey, I saw them just collapse on the street. They couldn't keep up the endurance. And I didn't run the whole thing. I absolutely didn't. I have some issues with my spine and my foot, and after the marathon, there's another foot problem. But it was one of those things where I just started thinking, okay, even if I just walk the next mile and I do, so many minutes per mile, I know that at the most I have to give it is this in order to reach that goal. And so it became those measurable steps to doing it. And I'll tell you what, I'm so like happy that I did it. I can't believe that I did it. And right after that, I retired my running career. So that's it. It's not my thing. I'm a bike rider. So, but even though the running thing didn't work out, it creates these ripple effects. You know, it goes into that whole after effects thing where I have a quote that I just posted on Instagram about thinking isn't knowing. So at that point, I didn't know. Maybe I would like running. Maybe this would become a thing. But you also, in the process of setting out on a dream and doing something for the first time, is that thinking phase about whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish. It becomes like it's so much more than just even the marathon. Like there was so much discovery and like endurance and my personality and what I was willing to give to make it happen, all that other kind of stuff. Does that make sense? So, I know like a lot of people out there, and I went through this with the weight loss journey. You've probably seen the before and after, or maybe you watched that episode. And for years, I was just doing the right thing. So I thought, right? I'm trying all these different diets and exercises and, mindset and visualization and everything else. And nothing is happening. And finally, but I'm telling you what, continue trying, learning, expanding, keep doing something different for the first time. Don't stay in that cycle of doing the same thing over and over again and it's not working. You have to then be able to be adaptable and try something different. And that's what I kept doing. And I finally found what works for me. And it's magic. And I had people tell me, well, just accept the way you are. But I just knew that there was this, I had to find the way. I had to find what would work for me. And that's what I'm inspiring you to do for you. Keep trying something new if you're stuck. Like even I got into CrossFit. I never thought I'd be like flinging around barbells and doing all that stuff. But that challenge, it pushes you in a way that it builds confidence. So even if that doesn't work out, it gives you some momentum to go enjoy trying something else and seeing if it would work or not. Because when you're shifting and you're trying to attain your dream, it takes courage in order to adopt a new behavior. And it's humbling, and I mentioned earlier about being adaptable, but there's this whole pride and fulfillment. And you can have something big in your life that you want to do, but I'd want you to go back and look into what you've already achieved in your life and pull from that where you have been successful. Even though let's say this one thing isn't working out for you right now, you don't know how to make it happen and you're confused. Look back, because we're all of some age that there's been some hardship that we've gotten through and we've had success with, and we've made some goal come to fruition. So draw on that resource as well. Because here's the thing. We're talking about being stuck and plateau. There's usually something that you need to step into, remove, or adjust and tweak and refine. And the one thing that you can control, in fact, the only thing that you can control, is how determined you are to get there. That's powerful. I'm going to say that one more time. All you can control is how determined you are to get there. All the other variables, think back to science class, right? Putting things together in different reactions. So you're like a mad scientist trying to create your life. And everybody's different. Everybody's path is going to be different. There's no cookie cutter approach to life. We all come from very distinctive backgrounds and cultures and experiences, and you're bringing that to the table. But all you can control is how determined you are to get the results. and keep doing things for the first time until you find that magic formula that works for you. Now, where's our time? Oh, see, I didn't even get into housekeeping or anything. I was so excited to jump in this with you. It's a Monday. I'm tired after moving. So let's see. I have some deep questions. I am always in the work that I've done with people in the past. People are like, gosh, Gabrielle, you really get me to think like really deep. And I do. Like we're talking about your soul and your desires and your life. And like, it's such a big deal. It's such a big deal to me that people go out there and they live their best life possible and they accomplish their dreams and go after what they want and they don't give up. Because I'm telling you, he can make it happen. So with that said, there's a lot of comforts that we hold on to, huh? Right? There's things that we're not sure we want to give up and release yet. So, homework, question number 1. What comforts are you relying on, even if they're hurting you? What comforts are you relying on, even if they're hurting you? That's a big question to ask, right? Because we go back to if we're stuck, there's something you need to step in, remove, or adjust. There's comforts that you're holding on to that you need to let go of in order to make space for what you want to receive to arrive. And that's so much more like than a mindset trick or, that power of positivity. It's a deeper soulful work that has to be in alignment with all that other fantastic stuff in order for it to happen. Question number 2. Let me tell you what, after running a marathon and quasi-training for a marathon, I made it, but I feel like I did it. So clearly I was successful, but I wasn't so good in the training. But there were growing pains. There were a lot of pains. And so my question number 2 for you is, what growing pains are you avoiding by staying in the discomfort of where you are? Because some of us were so afraid to take that first step and try something new for the first time, or we were just exhausted from trying everything. And we're like, one more thing. I don't want to be disappointed that this isn't going to work either. Right? What growing pains are you avoiding by staying in the discomfort of where you are? Because we all know, for somebody to say when you step out and you do something new that magically, or like everything's going to come together and it's all going to be like magical and happen. No, bullshit. Sorry about my language, but no. Going after your goals, like there's work involved. If you can't lose all this weight overnight, there's no magic wand. You have to get out there and do that. If you're single and you want to find love, guess what? You got to put yourself out there and get out there and meet people and discover who you are, what you bring to the table, and what you're looking for in a partner. If you're looking to switch careers, guess what? You got to get to work on that. Amp up your resume and, start networking and all those things that go with it. Putting it out there. Putting your desires out there and going after it. So there's some growing pains with that, right? And there's some fear. So those are the 2 questions I have for you today. And this series, I'm going to keep producing these through the week. However, if you're watching in the after one or you're watching on the page that has all the videos, then hey, you can just go right to the next one. Some people have actually binged already. It's crazy the numbers of people who have watched this and who have engaged with it. And again, I'm so grateful. Over the weekend, there's just been a ton of stuff. So I'm glad everybody's really appreciating this. And so tomorrow, I'm not going to tease you about tomorrow, but we're going to wrap it up. This week, I'm going to take you through some more of the steps, because this is really, I think I've told you in the past, I'm a very left brain, right brain kind of person. And the other day I threw in some of the philosophies and stuff like that in there. But so I'm going to give you some more of that stuff and hopefully inspire you to connect all the dots, put it all together. And I can't wait to hear how that has had an effect in your life and made a difference in Yeah, love to hear from you. All right. So anyway, that's it. I'm right at the 15-minute mark. This is amazing. Yay. Gabby can wrap it up. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow with more deep thoughts for you to like dig into your dream life. All right. Ciao.